Everything happens organically, which is what I like.
I think yeah, we first met at Energy House
Hmm.
a few weeks ago. Finally, after seeing a lot of each other
Yeah.
throughout the
Officially meeting.
circuit, right? So yeah, so it was nice to officially meet and connect. And then we had a genuine conversation then. So why not continue that?
Yeah, absolutely. I love connecting with other artists in the city or just people that are just on their grind and trying to make shit happen for their lives. And you meet a lot of interesting people along the way. Like, how long would you say you be in the industry?
Taking it really seriously, I'd say five years now. I always had an interest and a passion in music. It started for me when I was really young. Piano lessons, drums, saxophone, trumpet. It was always a part of my life. But it wasn't until later in life that I actually had the ability, the means, the opportunity to really start getting serious and start taking it seriously.
What were the means to actually like, get you started?
The motivating factors, and I had a shift in my life where it became an option. It became a goal, something that I actually saw was attainable, achievable. And then once I committed myself to that path, there was no turning back. But I mean, the music obviously was a huge passion, always has been, but also just setting your sights on something that you know is difficult, maybe a little taboo, maybe not something that everyone understands, and saying that I can do this, I can achieve this, and then just enjoying the journey throughout that process, right?
There's definitely something to be said of like going all in something that you really truly want to do. And then there's things just happen, whether it's just opportunity, meeting certain people and who you become along the way too.
Well, it's something that not many people are prepared to do. And on that note, I'd say in the last 5 years, some of the people that are closest to me in my life now today are people that I've met in that time. And it's been thanks to music and this community that we share that that they're in my life at all. Right.
So who was Shayne before the music?
Who was Shayne before the music?
Or like at least tapping into the industry?
So Shayne's had an interesting path. The whole scene is relatively new to me, like I said. But you want to know like the whole background?
Why not? Please, yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, so I grew up north of the city. I wasn't born and raised in the city. Like I said, many of the connections, the affiliations, the friendships, the relationships in this industry, I didn't have, 5-6 years ago, right? I grew up north of the city. I grew up in King Township. I grew up on a farm initially, right? So good traditional values, came from a beautiful, loving household. My mom and dad was a farm boy. Learned the value of hard work and building character in an early age, early mornings, doing a job right, finishing a job after you started, doing what you say you're going to do. So that was me. That was the family I came from. And then everything changed when I was 11 years old. My mom passed away from cancer.
Sorry, and it's so good to make you.
But while it's incredibly unfortunate and while it was very difficult for many years, I'm grateful for what I was able to make from it. Shortly after she passed away, my birth father actually elected to also distance himself from the picture for a variety of reasons, and reasons that we won't discuss here today, but reasons that I have been able to forgive as I've matured and gotten older. But eventually, it came to a point where he was no longer in the picture at all. So in my early teens, my formative years, I was actually very much left alone to fend for myself a lot. And so this meant, sleeping on friends' sofas, working almost full-time hours throughout high school, trying to make ends meet, having to drop out of school at one point to work full-time. So the path was not an easy one. Luckily, when I approached, my mid-teens, I was taken in, I was adopted by a loving family. I was able to put a roof over my head and love me like their own. And a huge part of where I'm now is attributed to their love and their support. But there was a gap there where things like pretty hopeless for some time. And it was music that got me through that. And so it will always have meaning to me. It was my mom that taught me piano, so through playing the piano, through playing music, creating music, even listening to music, it connected me to her. And so, yeah, that is my, by why, that is my, by meaning.
Well, thank you for sharing. So, I mean, people have like their own reasons into like why they get into music, and that was really deep. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Well, it's like people create assumptions, or people will look at you, people will judge a book by its cover. We know it. I've done it. We all do it, right? So not many people take the time to look back at who you were before. They just see what they see now, and either assumption.
They just see the success and they don't see like what got to that.
Social media, generally we always show our best day, right? But you didn't see, all the failure after failure, or setback after setback that happened before.
Yeah.
So it's all part of that journey and falling in love with that journey, right? Like it's been said before, nobody wants to hear the story of, how someone killed a small animal with a nuclear bomb, right? And you want to hear the journey of how you defeated that massive fire-breathing dragon to the stick, right? And so that's the story that people hold on to. And that's when I was going through those times when things did look helpless. And one of the reasons why I told myself that, maybe music is not a future for me was because I was looking for stability and security, right?
You're surviving.
I was surviving. I didn't have the opportunity to fully pursue those passions. I had to do what made sense at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's why it came later in life. But I did tell myself at that time, one day, even now I'm far away from where I ultimately want to be, I'm still also far away from where I started. And I told myself that one day I will be able to tell this story.
Yeah.
And it'll be a good one.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of growth that had to happen. Basically being in situations of, I do believe in whatever season of life, it'll definitely prepare you for like future things. And pain is a very, very great teacher. Like,
Absolutely.
I got through some stuff.
But sure.
Definitely not as heavy as you. Like I'm definitely feeling it. I'm really empathetic. But I did come from a loving family. I think this is a journey of like entering nightlife, meeting certain people. Like not everyone has your back who you think they do. I think that was like probably the most devastating thing for me. Because you have all these supporters, but at the end of the day, it's like they want to ride on your success and not sacrifice. Like I think everything that I've accomplished, people don't understand the true sacrifice. Therefore, they just see the benefits of it, the results, and they just want to hop along with it. And as soon as you stop providing that for them, they're no longer with you, right? And I think it's just like an abandonment thing for me. Not to say I had it bad. My parents were like loving parents and whatnot, but I think that is one of a fear that I have is just like abandonment because you're not good enough. I feel that that's a lot of like in Amazon. I had to like unpack like why do I do the things I do? Is because like a lot of it is like I don't mind sharing. Is like I feel like I was just overcompensating. I had to be a capable man just to be good enough. But then I realized like I am good enough. Just for who I am, not because of like what I can provide for people. I naturally want to provide for people, whether it's like a connection to somebody else. But as soon as like you lose that, then it's like you lost your value. No, it's like I don't believe that anymore. That was a lie that I believed for a long time. And of course, like some success can come out of it, but at the core root, there's pain there, right? So.
Well, everyone wants you to do well until you start doing better than that, right? And then you start to see where your real support is.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's friendly. Everyone wants to be supportive.
Yeah.
Really, when it comes down to it, everyone cares about their journey and will prioritize it. And it's to no fault of their own. It's basic survival. You can have a team, a crew, but I've seen it firsthand as well, where, you know, some of your closest people, yeah, they're supportive to a point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I think, I don't know, I just like over time, as you learn, you start to have better like discernment for people. I find that the ones that actually sacrifice for you are the ones that are your true supporters. It's like you could be, I don't know, you can have a gig with 10 people, but they're still there for you, or you know what I mean? The true ride or dies.
90%. And those people lose this.
Yeah, they do.
Those people lose it.
That's why like I don't hate like, you know, certain people. It's just, you know, they serve a purpose for their time, and then if that's the thing, then
I'll never understand, you know, the philosophy of, I mean, that's one of the killers of this industry is ego. Yeah. Right. And comparison.
Yeah.
Right. I don't understand why you wouldn't want your friend group to succeed.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to surround yourself with successful, talented, good people?
Yeah.
You know, Aaron Hirsch his label has a motto, right? We rise together.
Nice.
And that's something I've always believed in.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah, I mean, it's like I if I had before somebody, then it's like if you and I win, so it's like everybody wins. It's like it's a whole ecosystem of winning. And you know, the saying that goes, if you want to go somewhere fast, you do it alone, but if you want to go far, you do it together. I truly believe in that. But I think over time you'll start to like develop that circle, and I think there's a lot of inner work that has to come first, and then hopefully attract all of that, and like setting boundaries, like kind of having that discernment of like, okay, is this person for me or not? Like they don't have to be super deep in it, but it's like you can start to gauge like certain types of people and certain relationships, and you just know, like, I don't know if it's an age thing, you just kind of know like where to kind of separate yourself or create boundaries.
I think age and maturity will have a lot to do with it. Experience.
Yeah.
Right. Not learning as you go. You talked about pain. I mean, pain tolerance is a huge part in general.
Yeah.
But they say what interest will get you started, proficiency will keep you going.
Yeah.
But your pain tolerance and your ability to work through frustration,
yeah,
is what's going to actually allow you to finish.
Yeah.
And when I say finish, I don't mean that there's a finish line. Yes, there isn't. But maybe at least just finish that one goal.
Yeah.
And then be able to move on to the next.
Yeah.
But I don't think in this business we're ever truly finished. You know?
Yeah, we're just continual growth. Like
James Hype, John Summit, Tiesto. I don't think at any point will they ever say, yeah, I did it. I made it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Right? No, it doesn't exist. So that's why it's so incredibly valuable and important to appreciate the actual journey to do it.
Yeah. When you have a sense of purpose, you essentially know where you're going. So like you understand that there's going to be a structure of like, you know, there's a goal. How you get there, you don't know, but you have an idea of like where you want to go, whether it takes you this way or that way or straight to the path. Like,
well, and consistency, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, that's key. Swing the axe in the same spot, and that tree will come down. Right.
Well, speaking of pain, I feel like I do purposely painful things to help with that tolerance, whether it's cold plunge and saunas. Like I think that helps a lot. I do train this for time.
That's where we met.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Just painful things, like purposely doing painful things and hard things to like, because you already know at the end of it, you get that mental, like, you're more grounded, you're more solid. Like you can, you have, you show more strength. I feel like more mental strength.
It's been said, right? I don't know your faith or your background, if there's a creator or what have you, but you know, it's said that if God or whoever you believe in was to create a tough human, you'd give them hard times.
Yeah.
If you wanted to create a patient human, you probably wouldn't give them everything they wanted once.
Yep.
Right. So these are those building blocks that I think will make people great.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I used to do Muay Thai. It's another hard thing.
Yeah.
It really taught me, because I've been doing it for years. Like it really taught me to like, plus promoting, it really taught me how to like handle the chaos without freaking out and like what you said.
The discipline side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's because you're really in your head half the time, especially before a fight, like leading up to the fight when you're walking out and entering the ring, like you're so many thoughts in your head.
Where else are you in your head?
The same thing. Am I good enough? Like, did I prepare enough? Like, am I, you know, you start thinking random things, but I
Similar to hopping behind the DJ decks on
Yeah.
at a big event.
I relate a lot of my experiences now to fighting, because I was fighting maybe more like 12 years ago, and then as I started my own practice, got into the scene now. All the nerves and stuff. Like I can recall one time before playing at Park Avenue, like for the first time I had someone open up for me. And I purposely did it. I could have played the whole night, but I'm like, I want to choose something that's different that I've never experienced before and see what happened. So this guy opened up for me, playing like sick music, and like I'm like nervous. I'm like, why am I here? It's like what it's the same thing like going into it. Like, I don't want to
Match this vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my match, I might keep it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna just sit here and just be nervous. I'm gonna go out and lean into the discomfort. I told myself, I'm gonna talk to so many people, maybe do a shot, whatever. And then I'm gonna go up to the DJ and hype him up. And he got hyped, then I got hyped, and then as soon as I hopped on the deck, it was a complete flow state amid. So there's something said about leaning into discomfort, and because good things come from the other side of it. And I entered a state where I'm like, at the end of the night, I'm sure you felt this. It's like, this is what it's all about. Like, this is what it's all about. And I couldn't sleep.
You have you're buzzing. Like it's a natural high,
Yeah.
right? And it's an incredible feeling. We've all been there. It's a huge part of why a lot of us like to do that, right? It's to share that experience with our audience and to connect.
Yeah. And DJing definitely brought a whole different side of me. Like a whole different, I don't know, I'm just a more, I guess, animated, like a carefree type of attitude, but you still care about people. You're more open. That's how I feel as a DJ. So yeah.
Definitely the amount of relationships and things that you build through that process, right? Lessons that you learn. Where are you with martial arts right now?
Martial arts, I just train for the sake of like keeping the skill. I used to fight. I have about like over 10 fights. Not a lot, but I've been doing it for a while. And now it's just to like keep in shape. And it's just a thing that I like to keep on, like each class by each class, just like mastering, right? Just whether it's, yeah, it's hard. It's like, there's not, it's a nonstop growth. That's all I gotta say. It's like, there's always something you can learn. I've been doing it I'm 36, since I was 18.
Well,
It's a long time.
present.
It's a long time. It's a long time.
Swaying the X in the same spot, like you said. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, it's like very therapeutic. There's so many things I can talk about martial arts. But yeah, it's just like a hard thing that I like doing. It's, even if you feel like you're good one week, then the next week you're shit. Like, how do you overcome those mental hurdles? And then that just translates to the rest of life.
Like producing, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm
careful. I'm not a golfer for that reason, but
and like also like when you're sparring someone, there's always that, holy shit, is this guy gonna like really beat me up? Am I gonna be humbled, or it could be the other way around? But you learn to dance with the chaos, and then you have fun. But really, it's a dangerous sport, Jared.
yeah.
But if you can treat it like a play, then you're dangerous, right? So, like I said, I owe a lot to martial arts. It definitely like shifted my mind of like discipline and who you are as a man, and also like you could be protected. Like there's so many different things. Like you look pretty fit. Like what?
I played. I was involved in martial arts when I was younger, back when my father was actively in my life at the time. That was something that we did together. So it was a bonding experience. I enjoyed it. It fell off eventually for obvious reasons. But as we discussed, soccer was another big part of my life for many years. And full circle moment, it was actually my brother, who I consider my brother now, the family that took me in. My father, who I call my dad to this day, he was my soccer coach. So I'd known the family since I was, I think, 4 years old. I started playing soccer.
Oh,
At first, up until maybe 12 or so. And that whole time, this family was always in my life, right? So then my soccer coach, it was a role model. It was a male figure that I looked up to, and that had a huge hand in my development. And now I call my dad. So
how do you usually stay fit in this chaotic industry?
I make it a priority.
Yeah.
You have to. And there's different schools of thought around this industry, but I'm finding there's a huge push towards wellness, as we know.
Yep.
And I think that's been incredibly positive. Some of our close friends are really pushing it much more than others, right? You've got the coffee party
Yep.
going on. We've got these runs happening
Yep.
in Brazil, even John Summit, James Hype, some of the biggest DJs in the world are advocating for marathons and things like that. So I think there's a huge shift. If you speak to people outside of the electronic music industry, I think there's still a huge stigma surrounding around. There's a huge stigma still with many people outside of the industry surrounding electronic music and the association to, obviously late nights, party culture, the opposite of health and wellness pretty well.
Yeah.
But that shift is starting to take place worldwide, and it's been an incredibly positive thing. So I think it's still something that you can incorporate into the scene.
Yeah.
Which has been great. I make it a huge priority of mine. Again, like we said, do something difficult because you always want to.
Yeah.
Because it coaches your mind, trains your mind into being able to be disciplined, right? Today, started my day first thing. I woke up early. I went straight to the gym. I went home. I worked in front of my computer. But it started with that working. Healthy body, healthy mind. And a healthy mind is what's going to get us to where we want to go. So
Do you feel like
just support.
with your no's are much more powerful? Like when you go out and drink, I'm sure like people are like, hey, have this, do this, shrug, whatever. Like, so would you say like now where you're at in life, is it all about wellness? You know what I mean?
As I grow older, I mean, there's definitely ways to fall a victim to the scene, but there's a time and a place. Right? You can't be a touring DJ and say yes to every after party.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's definitely times to let your hair down and have fun in moments.
Yeah.
But I think consistency, or what do they say? I forget who said it, but if you want to guarantee that you're not going to be successful, and 1 minute. And then if you really want to ensure that you're not successful, it's don't have any consistency. But even if you have all the other things and with consistency, you can still make it happen, right? So I think it really comes down to sacrificing what you want right now for what you want most in the future. And that is something that people are not prepared to do. It's very uncommon. Human beings are attracted to novelty. We're attracted to new things. We're attracted to what's going to make us feel good now. But very few can actually embrace that frustration. Very few people can actually embrace that lonely period where you're transitioning from, good times, fun times with your friends, right? Always having something to do, the next party, and then being alone with your work and your thoughts until you're ready to fully graduate to that next echelon of role models or people that you look up to, those people that have already kind of made it there, right? So it's that lonely period. But the only thing that's going to get you through that time, and the only thing that it has in the past, outside of music, just in my own life, is discipline. And I'll give you an example. So tomorrow, some of my closest friends are going out on a beautiful yacht day.
Yeah.
Canada Day party. I was invited. I really, really wanted to go. But yesterday, my laptop finally went kaput. I knew it was coming, and it's still alive, but it's not trustworthy, let's say. So I had to do something. So my whole day yesterday was eaten up, and then I knew we were sitting down today. So instead of going out on the yacht with some of my best friends, which like the FOMO is already unreal, I'm choosing to sit at home and make up for that lost time. So kind of in the back of my mind, it's okay, well, I can go out on someone else's yacht and pay a bunch of money for the day, or maybe one day I can buy that yacht. And that is the mentality. That I just
Get paid to be on it.
or get paid to be on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
So not to say that you want to sacrifice your friends, because your friends are everything. Your friends are your only support. It's a real quiet, like lonely clap for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And then, finally a lot of your support will come after you've made it. But there's those few, the core group that are those those two, golf claps in the audience during this period. And it's so important to support them and keep them in your life and maintain those relationships. But if they were to look at it, I'm sure they understand that to think and that would be a bit fair, right?
100%.
I would expect the same for them and vice versa.
Yeah, if anything, they'll be like, no, get your ass.
Get to a
Studio.
Yeah, right. Like one of our mutual friends, Saman, different human.
Yeah.
He's a great example of this, right? I really, really respect him. He's able to do that.
Right. Yeah.
He can turn it off and turn it on when he needs to be.
Yeah.
Committed. Another name I drop would be Wes. Kill him with color, right? You want to talk about consistency? Crushing it. I'm so proud of him. He's able to pump out with new music, just every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And he's able to say no, right? And he's in there and he's focused and he's dialed, and like these are the traits that I think you need to embody.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you hang around with them a lot, sort of, same people, like they have the same goal. I think you guys will get there a lot faster.
Life-wise, right?
Thank you. Like that was you. Definitely try to find the balance for sure. I look at, drinking and whatever, everything comes at a cost. So you already know, okay, at the next day, am I going to actually truly be honest with yourself? Like, am I going to be that productive?
Right.
No.
Am I going to the gym after the after party?
Yeah.
Am I going to be in the studio by, 8 a.m.?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like I used to promote back with Sergio, with Cultio, and it was from 2017 up until 2024. So our prime time was 5 nights a week plus once a month brunch parties. So it was like Tuesday Versailles, Tuesday Everly, Thursday Lost and Found, Friday Versailles, which turned into another venue too, and then Saturday Maison Mercer, which turned into Cube, and Sunday Wildflower, which eventually was Mr. Woke. We did everything. And La Brunch was a really pop-in once a month brunch party. Was where Paris, Texas is? That's where Versailles was, and that's where the infamous brunch parties were. And everybody came out. It was always packed, tables sold out kind of thing. But anyways, I don't know. I look back and I'm like, how did we do it? It was just us two. How did we actually do it? Obviously, times were different back then. The economy was a lot better. Even when the Raptors won, everybody was outside. I would never forget that era of partying. I don't want to be the guy back at the day. It was so much better, but it was definitely a different time. But we were able to, I don't know, because I was a lot younger, be 27, fresh in the scene. I think I had a lot more energy back then. But like I said, it just didn't make sense to drink every night. Of course, once in a while you'll have fun, but there was a lot of fake drinking. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it just you can't. It's physically impossible if you're gonna drink every day. Because I also had my massage therapy practice drink during the day, so that kept me up.
Right.
I kept
you have real responsibility for. Yeah, I think that's gonna separate. That's the difference between a professional and maybe someone that's in it for the wrong reasons, right? Are you here for the party? So short term, right? Or a flash in the fan, if you will, or are you taking it seriously? Yeah, right.
I think he chose me because I had my own business. Because it's at the end of the day, even if Nightlife goes away, especially during COVID, it's you still have Synergy. Oh, my brand is Synergy. You still have a practice. You look at everything as a business, and you can basically pivot anything to anything, right? So yeah, I think he really chooses those type of people that actually look at it as okay, Nightlife is a tool to. It's not the be all. I know maybe for some it could work out for them, but it's a very small percentage. But it's a tool to use to for the bigger picture. For me, it was genuine connection. I went out a lot of times before, during Sergio's parties, before I even joined him as part of the team. I went out because I saw that there was value in connecting with people, and I run my own practice, so it makes sense to go out and network. And I didn't think to network in nightclubs, but because I did, my life literally went 180, right? And now I live in the Soho. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I know you got an amazing location. Yeah, amazing location. I got respect for Steve falling asleep on this couch one day.
Hey, that'd be bro. This could be at AP spot. I'm just kidding. I got the decks here, you know, it's just here right next door. Oh, yeah, exactly. People can easily get lost in sauce, but like if you're disciplined, like you could easily.
Well, I'll always say, like, you know, you have to, time and energy is everything.
Yeah.
Right. Really incredibly important. Where you spend it, how you spend it, who you spend it with.
Yeah.
Right. So, while I'm trying to focus on my production and focus on landing, good high quality gigs, there is still huge value in going out and supporting your friends.
Yeah.
Obviously the problem with this is the more you connect and network with people, the more friends in the industry you get. And believe it or not, we have a friend with a gig or a show or something probably every night of the week, right? Aside from like maybe Monday.
Yeah.
I've got a close friend probably, come out Tuesday, come out Wednesday. You can't go to it all. So you have to have a bit of a filter and pick and choose. You got to pick and choose, but the value in going out and supporting the people that you meet from these events, the networking, like he said, either, again, so many of my close friends that have come out from just being there and being present.
Yeah.
And getting involved, helping for free with, no ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Just genuinely helping out where you can. That's, I think, one of the beautiful things about this whole thing.
That's how you get gigs. You just literally go out, meet people, shaking hands, the genuine support. That's it. So like even DJs have been doing this for like 20 plus years. It was the same thing. It's like I used to carry crates for this DJ and got my foot at the door that way. And then I met this person, they gave me a shot. And then next thing you know, the DJ career like took off.
Yeah. To spend time in the industry. If you want to be part of it, be part of it. Be present.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's, speaking of crates, like that's actually how it started.
No way.
So
Who was it for?
All right. So I connected with, when I was like first just dabbling, right? I wasn't quite even into production. This is probably maybe towards like the getting interested, not taking it fully seriously, but like learning, okay, this is what a controller is. This is how you connect it to, Serato, right? Like basic. So I got connected with a mentor at the time, Roberto Fercier. It's G Entertainment, and he's pretty active on the water, on our trial yacht scene. Okay. And so he took me under his wing initially, and here I am, this white guy, and I was doing like quinceañeras.
Oh, wow.
Latin pool parties.
Yeah.
I had an idea of electronic music, but I had a love for Latin.
Yeah.
And Afro from I don't know really where it came from.
Yeah.
But that's the music that I actually started. So here I am doing like Latin weddings. This white, yeah. So like merengue or horchata, right? Thought, yeah, this ended up exactly right. Sorry, it should be better. It should be better. But like here I am, I was a portable DJ, right? And then of course I did my own little thing as well, a few restaurants here and there, but like that's where I started. I started, with my little MacBook and my little controller and my speakers.
Yeah.
And there I was, sweating, setting everything up. I didn't walk into a club and just throw a USB. At that time, I didn't even know how to get the music onto a USB.
Oh, and
then actually like, I didn't know what record box was.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until, probably like a year of experimenting where I saw my first CDJ. I'm like, what is this? Right? So I'm, there I am Googling, because I didn't have really a mentor. Like now I find like a lot of my friends that are not in the music scene, like even some of my friends that have nothing to do with DJing or music, don't want to pursue it at all.
Yeah.
I'd say probably my closest boys can come over to my house now. They're not DJs.
Yeah.
But throw a USB in and check. Just because wherever I am,
Yeah.
there's a CDJ 3000.
Yeah.
And it's just a part of my life.
Right? Yeah.
Whereas I didn't have that. I had no access. I had no association. Where I started again was like, the Serato platform, right? Standalone controllers.
Right. Yeah.
So I had no clue. And so I had to really like figure out a lot of it on my own. And then of course, once I opened the door to the electronic music scene. It's actually like humble beginning that I learned about Latin house. And then through Latin house, I started exploring more and more about house music in general.
Yeah.
Techno, And then I just fell in love.
Yeah, because you had a Latin foundation.
I did a Latin foundation,
Both of them.
but now he can, like, I still love my Latin house, my Afro house. I produce it myself.
Yeah.
Never would do. I don't think many people will look at me and say like this guy was doing like Latin pool parties. So yeah, that was the BA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought you shouldn't even say this on camera. I was so new when I started. This one, I'm just so grateful for the process. But I remember, start following people in the scene, and you start seeing more and more flyers, right? And so probably shouldn't share this, but so when I first started, I'd see flyers and it's so and so's name, B2B, and like so and like another flyer, so and BTB. I'm like, who's this B2B guy? Like everywhere. He's everywhere, man. He's the number one DJ. He's the number one DJ in Toronto. This is crazy. I gotta meet this guy.
That I never heard before.
Yeah. I'm coming from like firefighting background at the time, where I'm totally outside of the world, don't have any friends in the industry. I was one of those people with my own interpretations and like my own stigmas associated with everything, right? It was also new to me. So, I mean, amazing name for a DJ. Like, if you're ever gonna be a DJ, that's what you should
take it now.
if it's
You want to trademark it.
But yeah, so like to see that about the growth in the last 5 years, we've come a bit of a ways.
Yeah.
That's like something like I know it's there for back.
I know.
Sorry?
Okay, just to be clear, he knows what he's talking about now after 5 years. All right. What was it about like Apple House that grabbed you?
So Afro House, where that began, well, I'll tell you. I mean, one, obviously, it was a global sensation for a number of years.
Yeah,
like it's contemporary. So I think that's how I gained access to it. I don't think I fell in love with it because of the fact that it was trending.
Yeah,
sure, it's in your face, but it was the emotion of it. Again, music for me. Everyone has their motivations and their reasons, right? And a lot of music, a lot of music for everyone is emotion. But I found that I really deeply connected with it. The piano influences as well, the percussion from my Latin past, my start. So there's blending of a number of instrument that I enjoyed, vocal nature.
You play piano too.
I play, yes, exactly. So I try to incorporate piano into whatever I can, or if it's a bass line, right, it's me playing that chord progression. But also the vocal nature, the rawness of it, the beauty of it definitely attracted me. I am starting to shift into a different direction now. But those roots, I think, will always remain.
Yes,
because
where you are.
Tech house is a little bit more straightforward. But I find when you're doing like these orchestral arrangements or experimenting with all these different world instruments, that was a huge thing for me, is the variation in the instruments, the woodwinds, the Middle Eastern influences, the different percussions, right? All of these things, these textures, these elements, these accents, that's what excited me. And it gave me an opportunity to experiment with those things. So I started on that side of the house, creating some pretty interesting arrangements from the get-go. And then now I'm starting to transition a little bit more into indie dance, something with a bit more bass.
Yeah.
But I think having that school initially has now led to making production actually a lot easier.
Oh, interesting.
The artist, though, that I would say captivated me initially was Nico Dendrea.
He's great.
Amazing.
He's great.
Amazing. Yeah. And so he was one of the first artists. I would actually give him credit for motivating me in this whole direction entirely, because it was his music that I fell in love with right from the get-go. And so I'd say that was a huge motivation for me. And he's just done incredible things ever since. I've watched his growth for the last 5 or so years, since that started. Yeah. And if I've seen it, it's tangible, the results. Yeah. He's done incredible things. And so, I definitely learned a lot from him, a lot of lessons from him.
Yeah. No, he's definitely something on my radar for a very, very long time. Like better personally, like he used to spend at Mr. C. He used to hang out with a lot of like the Montreal guys from like Le Boot, I think, or Sublois, I can't remember. They bought their whole crew and they did like a little pop-up thing with Nico. And that's when I first discovered him. Like he took us to an after party at the beach shot. He was spinning there. I'm like, yo, this dude is like amazing. Every time he comes to Toronto, I try to see him.
Yeah, I mean, it was where he is. Amazing. Yeah, even Bob Sinclair, actually, I think it was last year, there was a post where Bob Sinclair highlighted him and said like, such an underrated DJ.
Yeah,
because maybe right now, but he is going to be.
Oh, he's
already one to watch, and he's going to be an incredible standout in not too long. I mean, he already is in my books. So
yeah.
yeah, huge inspiration, mentor. His tracks have definitely influenced some of mine. But like I said, I am going to start to experiment and kind of put myself in an uncomfortable space.
Mm. So were you like producing first and then DJing or same time?
So like I said, I was doing the DJ band, learning through the Latin community. I fell in love with Latin music. I've always enjoyed Latin music, um, reggaeton, bachata. I've always loved it. So that's where I started with, and then it was definitely DJing first.
Yeah.
But then I had my music background, and then my years of schooling were in film production. So as far as like the software application side of thing, I already had a really good structure.
Yeah.
Working in post-production audio.
Yeah.
So all I had to do is learn the DAW. Some of them were synonymous.
Okay.
So like Logic.
Yeah.
For example, right? They're platforms that you can use through both disciplines. So I had a great structure there with the workflow, the DAW, understanding of sound. I had my piano background from childhood. So I had everything ready. And then it was after DJing that I learned, okay, what's my next step forward? It's time to take producing more seriously. And I'm guilty of it. I can take it even way more seriously, which I am doing. I'm locking in. But that was the natural progression. So I've only actually been producing since like I actually learned Ableton. I don't know, maybe 3 years. Yeah.
I just find like DJing is such a good platform.
Huge.
Like you're such a huge platform to share your music. I'm not there at the level of like producing it. It's a whole nother art. It's a whole other.
It's a whole other, honestly, like we like to say DJ producer DJ.
Yeah.
You'll see like DJ duos, for example, where you can clearly delineate, okay, who's the DJ guy here and who's her girl and who's the producer, right?
Right.
Some are on the same par. Others have one strength, or one are stronger and one focused than the other. But for an actual DJ producer, like, yeah, you have to understand like they are two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you like better? I know they're two different things, but like
it's so hard to have to choose. I guess I would say DJ, just because I mean the ultimate satisfaction is being able to give something to an audience and then receive it back.
Yeah.
That kind of connection is the beauty in all of it for me. Obviously be able to create something incredible and have others share as well is amazing. But I do like the ability to actually be there with people. So for that reason, I would say the DJing part, the performance aspect.
Yeah.
I like to engage the audience. I like to be present. So for that reason, the DJ. But not to say you can't have the same emotional reaction. You're sitting, alone, and 1 in the morning in your studio. And that one chord hits perfectly, or you get excited because like that flute is it's just there's no other feeling than walking away from a project and being like, okay, like that's something I'm proud of. And then obviously the ultimate gift is being able to combine the two, share it and share it, right? That is super cool.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'll let you know when I'm
always you're hanging around there. Hey, where do I start?
It's like analysis paralysis when there's so many things going on. It's like, where do I spend my time? I'm like the guy that wants to do everything. It's straight up. But like, it's like I'm not one brain. I just want to do multiple things. Like, and hey, if you can make money out of it, great.
Jack of all trades. Yeah, a master of none. Yeah. Ideally, you'd like to be a master of something.
Yeah. But if you do something long enough, you're better than most people doing it. So
that is your set.
Yeah, as long as it's like right foundation.
Well, you have to enjoy it's the process, right? It's that, like we said earlier, it's that ability to get through the frustrating period.
Yeah.
Where I think Kevin Hart says like the hardest thing is working your butt off all day long.
Yeah.
And then having no result, and then waking up the next day and saying, I'm going to do that again.
Yeah.
And again, and again, and again. It's like the that study with the mouse in the bucket, where they I don't know if you heard it. Remember freshman. So, and it's not the one about churning the butter, but it's so they took a mouse, they put it in a bucket of water.
Yeah.
And ultimately it drowned after an hour. there was no end in sight, right?
Oh.
So it died because it didn't actually see the finish line. It's helpless.
Okay.
So they take another mouse, they put it in the water. Within an hour or so, they take it back out, they dry it off, they let it chill. They put that same mouse back in the bucket of water. And guess how long it swam for? A day.
Oh.
Because it learned that there is something to work towards. If I just keep pushing, there's going to be a result. There's going to be an end. The same thing applies here. Whereas if you have a tangible finish line, a goal, it's going to be easy to push along. But for many of us, that finish line doesn't exist, right? So it's just that process of learning to enjoy the swim. And that is what you need to follow in that book.
Leaning into discomfort, etc. And then at the end of it, there's a different side of you that comes out of it. Drawing a blank with questions, let's just keep it looking at this. Was there something that you specifically wanted to talk about?
Not particular, no, I'm just enjoying the off the cuff. Yeah, sure.
We talked about artist versus DJ. We kind of went through it.
Like, how do you feel about the Toronto scene right now? Like, where are we on the world map? Where do we stand? What's going on?
Toronto, I'm probably, I feel like there's definitely a shift with how we connect as people. Like, with coffee party thing popping up, it's definitely a telltale sign that like maybe we're leading towards wellness. And you have like sauna raves that are starting to become the thing. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm like pioneering it, but I definitely like it's so new. Like, it's such a new niche of at least having that consistently. Because I know what Isher has done, like sauna raves and stuff, but I'm not trying to make it as like hard banger, just more like an elevated experience, right? We both know that music is very, very powerful in that sense, and having a DJ there that really knows how to connect with the audience will elevate that experience. Cool. I'm a true believer of like connection. I think that's why I need you, is just connected. I think when I start promoting, goes connection. Like, I should be building genuine friendships, connections, whatever. It's just new. I think it's something that, we talked about the stigma of nightlife and, how it's the opposite of that. I think there is room for people that can change and, I guess, transform themselves into this like new like wellness lifestyle. I think with DJing, because it's a lot more easier and mixed now or more than ever, it creates a lot of opportunities.
Everyone's a DJ.
Everyone's a DJ, including myself. It creates a lot of opportunities. Now there's like DJs at restaurants, rooftops, like wellness parties. And I'm thinking about doing like an I-Egypt party. Was this have a recorded DJ set? Like, sky's the limit from there because of
a console line of people with their USB, right?
In terms of where we are in the scene, definitely ego gets in the way. I think the last podcast I had to do a lot of this respect. Like, how do we navigate that? Like, navigate like people's egos. Like, he shared a story where he was spitting for his birthday, and it was like, I think Noto, and a guy comes up there. He flashes USB in front of the DJ, basically like, let me play. Look at
There's an toe.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's like we play kind of thing. And he's like, what do you, and then he also offered to pay for his USB. And then he's like, it takes a lot for a DJ to build what he has, right? So his USB stick is priceless. It's like, why don't you just go through the process yourself, right? Discover it, then you'll grow as
or is this people want things immediately, right? That's an entitlement. It goes back to lugging those speakers in the heat in August to some wedding that you're going to be sitting at for 8 hours, right? It's like those fundamental moments, that ground you and actually make you appreciate what it is. Yeah, DJing is not just some excuse to, be scantily clad. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are just using it for clout.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
Everyone is approaching this from different reasons. I'm obviously not there yet, but just think about how many people that make a living off of this. This is their livelihood. This is their passion. This is their career. You come and you disrespect it.
They don't show the true essence of like what it.
No, I mean, it's an art. It's a passion. It means so much to so many people. There's teams of people. You think of like John Summit, for example. He's got a team of like 30 people. They're on the livelihood based on the music. You see so many people coming into this for ulterior motives, different reasons, the wrong reasons. It's frustrating, but we can only control what we can control, right? There's politics. Can we influence politics sometimes? Yeah, to an extent. Does anyone want to hear the story of, your dad's a billionaire and life's been good and you're able to pay off a promoter or a venue? Is anyone going to respect that story? Probably not.
No, yeah, that was actually new to me like a couple weeks ago, where people are paying to be on there. Then because of that, now club promoters and venue owners are like, why am I paying?
There's almost an expectation.
Yeah.
Right. Or an influencer, right? Like one would argue, like if you have the means and you have the ability,
Yeah.
I mean, money has always been the deciding factor for a lot less time, right?
Yeah.
If you have the power, if you have control, use it. That's why money makes money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
However, you do have influencers now coming in with 100,000 followers, and they're now getting booked. Yeah. And again, frustrating. Yes. Can we control it? No. Is there any value in comparing? Right. They say it's the thief of joy. Right. But again, it all comes down to the story. Is there the respect piece?
Yeah.
Right. Does anyone want to hear the story about somebody that has it all and how easy it is? I don't. That's a boring story to me.
How they get to that point? Hey, like they made it work. How long are they gonna last? Like, who truly knows?
Is it sustainable?
Yeah.
Right. If the love for the art isn't there, yeah, okay, yeah, you might be a flash in the pan, right? Yeah, you'd be successful for a point, but what's going to sustain you?
Yeah. It goes to show. Well, for me, I do believe in music and the programming of it, because if I were like say a venue owner, I think the most successful venues are the ones that have consistency with music, not because this DJ has X amount of followers. If they like, of course it helps, but if they don't align with the brand of this venue, then you're only shooting yourself in the foot, because you're not programming your audience, like your main core people that support you, to know what's actually going on. If you go to a venue like Park Avenue, Saluna, Escobar, you know what you're getting.
Right.
I don't care if it's the DJs.
Right.
I'm going to go because it's Thursday at Escobar. It's the best night. Let's go off. Let's go to this venue.
Right.
Or if I go to Park Avenue, same thing. Or like Coast, Rooftop, super consistent.
Yeah, Coast on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Exactly. Escobar on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why Mike,
Avenue Thursday is good too.
I think that's why my video with DJs, our promoters, popped off, because everyone was like thinking the same thing, right? Like, especially for DJs, like we're not supposed to, yes, promote the night, but we're not supposed to be the main core, like superstar. So if you can pull that many people, you might as well have your own event.
Well, that's the other thing, right? It's like picking and choosing. Yeah, right. So if you're playing 4 or 5 nights a week, how many people are you actually pulling to each one of those nights? Right. Probably not many. So there's the venue reputation, yeah, which is huge. Yeah. But then because of that reputation and because of the expectation, you're now able to keep those people and entertain them. Right.
Yeah.
And that's your job. You're a host. Yeah, right. You're part of it. You're part of that process.
How has Toronto helped or limited you growth?
Toronto has helped my growth because it was my humble beginning. I'll never speak ill of Toronto. It gave me the ability to perform. I mean, there's times where we all get in our head about, the amount of gigs or where you're playing. But you also have to just, in all things in life, you take a step back and look at it through a lens of gratitude. Let's remind ourselves where we are. We're one of the biggest cities in North America. We're the largest city in all of Canada. People would kill to play in Toronto, just like New York, Los Angeles, wherever. And here we are. And sometimes, we're a bit spoiled. Because, we want to play here, we want to play there, we want to play at the best club, but we're still playing.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we should be very grateful for, right? And not take for granted. So that's step 1. 2, again, humble beginnings. This is where, again, some of my closest friends in the last 5 years have come from. Some of the people that I respect most and care about most, people that I have over for dinner, people that I take for dinner, people that I play with, people that we really built something special with, they were met here in our scene. So very grateful for that. It'd be a very lonely journey otherwise. It already is. Let's not make it more lonely.
Yeah.
As far as me growing as an artist, as a DJ and producer, have I been able to learn skills? Have I been able to improve my game, my performance, my comfort level playing at different places throughout the city? Yeah. Experience is experience. It's practice, right? So very valuable. Great. Where I think it begins to get frustrating is when you do start to see some of the politics involved. And like I said, you can only influence politics to a certain extent without starting to be fake, right? If you want to maintain your integrity and your authenticity, and you want to be genuine, you can only manipulate the game so much before you actually have to stay true to your values and stick up for what you believe in. It's the same in many countries throughout the world, many cities. You can be the nicest person, you can be kind, you can be talented, but what I've learned 34 years is that not everyone's going to like no matter what you do.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody. And if some people are in positions of control and power and influence, and they don't like you, there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
There's definitely various cliques throughout the city. It's funny because I've got friends in many of the different groups or music communities throughout Toronto.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit of a social butterfly. I just like people, and I like all genres of music. That's another thing. Some people are house dance, some people are techno, some people are Afro or that. I'm like, I love it all. That's kind of like one of my downfalls, kind of my powerful. But there's times where I'll go to events and, we'll keep names aside, but we've got like one very prominent Toronto borderline international DJ here and another very prominent, well-respected local DJ here. And I'll just, be talking as if everybody knows each other. That's my assumption, right?
Yeah.
And there's been a few times now where they're like, oh, yeah, sorry, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, what? Like, you two don't know each other? This is your first time meeting, right? So sometimes I find that surprising. But for some people, yeah, like they do like to keep the different worlds very separate. And there is a lot of competition. And I haven't seen it personally, just because I want everyone to succeed, bro. And
Yeah, you have that abundance mindset. There's like so much room to eat. Like
there's so much room to eat. Everyone gets to eat, right?
Yeah.
And so, but through that process, like, am I liked by everybody? Probably not. I don't think anyone is. Do I do my best? Of course, who would?
Yeah.
So, but I am trying to maintain humility and be humble and stay genuine. And your values and ideals and visions and, they're not going to align exactly.
Yeah. You don't have to go out of your way to like step on toes to get to your goals. Like you don't have to sabotage anyone. Like you said, like don't get to a point where you're losing yourself. But I think when your time comes, it comes. That's, like I had to wait. Nobody owes you anything. So like, for example, I've been working for Sergio for the X amount of years from 2017 till 2024. I got into DJing and I'm not, Sergio will hire me. Like, he's just like, hey, Darren, you better be ready when I call you. I'm like, sure. I remember this like when I first started. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Whatever. And then he goes, well, you better be ready. I'm like, or you might even have to wait a year. I'm like, that's fine, bro.
That's Boston investment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've met Sergio a handful of times. Like, great guy from our conversation.
Stand-up guy. Very respectful. Never screwed me over once, like, ever. Most disciplined person. Like, probably the best person I ever connected with the city. Like, definitely, like, one of those dudes that has so much value that can change your life in like an instant. So yeah, I had the honor and privilege to work with him as a promoter, and
that's inspiring too, though, right? Like, don't you want to be that person too, right, for others?
Oh, absolutely. I try to like anything that I've learned, I try to like pay it forward. Like, like all this stuff that I learned over the past doesn't necessarily come from me. Like, I think it's information that has to be like shared. I try to do the best to my ability to like help others as well, if in alignment. But now he asked me for the first time to swim for him. Yeah, so in 2 weeks from now,
let's fantastic this record. Where's that going to be?
Mara Yoko.
Oh,
so I came out last night just to see what the vibe is like, check out the sound system, seeing like what I'm dealing with. And I'm like, there's a little
bit of a pre-plan.
Yeah. Just
do some research, some homework.
Yeah, of course. It's just more like crowd reading, seeing what they like, what musics are that's hitting them. So I have my ideas and thoughts, and then we'll see where that goes.
Separates a professional, though, right? Is that you took the time and effort because you care, right? And you went out of your way. And you did your homework, you did your research, not so that you can copy something, but so that you can set yourself up for success. And so that in turn, that venue, that promoter, that business is also now successful because those clients are getting what they want.
Yeah. And I think because I'm new to DJing and I've had clocked in about 70 gigs almost. And I think it's because not just like the connections I made over promoting, it's like also it's like one thing to keep the job. It's another thing to get the job, is another thing to keep it. Getting the job is definitely another thing, but you have to do your homework. But you have to see, like, does this sound fit you, or can you actually provide, like, thinking outside of yourself, can you actually serve the crowd for this, right? If you don't like the music, great, whatever. Like, I hired a DJ at Energy, and she's like, it's great, it was fun, but I don't think this is the direction that I want to like go. And I'm like, sweet, I respect so much more.
Absolutely.
It's not about a paycheck, it's like you actually care about,
or the contest, right? You actually, that's authentic. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking.
And I'm like, I like you. Like, I'm gonna keep you around. Yeah.
Yeah, because there will be another gig or another, anywhere in my life, and you know what, you showed your integrity.
Exactly.
You showed your honesty. I respect that completely.
It goes a long way, especially for networking. Like, it doesn't have to be just networking for DJ gigs. It's like literally for anything.
Well, you can see from a mile away when you're trying to shove a square peg into a triangular hole, right? It's not gonna fit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's
Self stuff. It definitely like being the guy that is the gatekeeper of like hiring for energies. Definitely like brought certain people into my life. Like, okay, is this person really for, or like, I never met you in your life. Like, I would kind of test them, like, yo, come out this night. Come out on a Friday. Check out the space. And if they don't come, it's like, do you really care?
right. It's a common mistake people make. So, I wanna play this, like, also with my Afterglow project, right? So just recently we've been having more and more excitement around our Afterglow Afraid Ski series. So for the first time, I'm now in a position where I am now doing the hiring. Yeah. Or at least I'm sitting on a panel where we're going to evaluate, it's going to be applied.
You're the gatekeeper.
And a gatekeeper in a way, sure. And it's just interesting to see who's who, right? Because now you're on the other side of the fence and you see people's true colors. You see how people you thought you knew approach getting gigs or how aggressive they are.
Yeah.
But then you also see just a sheer lack of professionalism too, right?
Yeah.
And so it says a lot about someone when you're sitting there and you're like, wow, this is like, I don't even know you. One, I'd never seen you in the scene. Two, I don't really have any reference to draw from.
Yeah.
And this is your first impression. This is how you ask, to
I feel like getting story here.
no, yeah, sure. There's a few, right? It can just be like yo, bro, I want to play. Like I got one of those.
Oh yeah.
Right. I think you'll get those all the time. Or, hey, any space on the lineup? Like, maybe from like even a close friend that expects something like that.
Yeah.
Like when you're first meeting someone, this is your introduction.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I'm not your buddy. I'm not your bro.
Yeah, I don't know you.
I don't know.
I actually don't know you.
Yeah. So even I that's probably one of my detriments is I'm not the best at asking. Like that's probably me, the huge flaw of mine is that I'm terrible at actually asking to play or reaching out and saying, hey, is there any availability? But I can tell you the few times that I actually do it, I treat it like a cover letter, like a resume, right? And like a professional ask, like you said earlier, people owe you nothing. Yeah, nothing. How can I don't want to say convince because I think what we're doing is both valuable and I think you can see that, but I think you should approach it from the lens where they owe you absolutely nothing. And how can you make their life easier or help them or deliver a service, right? And do it in a professional, genuine way. And I think that's a big difference.
Yeah. And I know like someone like Sergio, for example, he's not just going to say yes to everybody. So it's like you really have to develop a relationship first for like he even says considers. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and that makes sense. That's how it should be.
The whole industry is relationships, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me just check on the camera. What was that? We are. Okay, let's see. I do have a section with building Afterglow.
Oh yeah.
What problem were you trying to solve when Afterglow started?
Okay, well, fair enough. The problem we were trying to solve with Afterglow was it was twofold. There's one that we are my partner Alex and his wife Lacey, we're just passionate about electronic music in general. Yeah. Problem one was we wanted to create like an authentic, fun party experience, music event of our own. Right? It was kind of like a succession of events. Started with DJing, passion for music. You see everyone else throwing a party. Let's try it. Let's start from scratch, which we did. Yeah. And let's try to build something. So that was one. It was our own personal interest, our passion. Right? Yeah. But like you said, the problem that we were solving was this. You see it all over the world. You see these incredible parties, and I wouldn't even say Whistler or Jasper or any of that because a lot of that is actually newer or drawn from Europe, right in the Alps, Switzerland, Austria. The problem was we didn't have really an authentic après-ski experience. Not to say that there aren't great après-ski parties here at Toronto. There are. Some of my friends throw them. They're fun events. Harriet's always a good time.
Yeah.
A number of different promoters, event organizers, venues, great parties.
Mm.
But there's no mountain.
Yeah. Right. I've always thought that. I'm like, wait a second. How is this a big thing?
So it's an après-ski vibe, sure,
Yeah.
right? And they're doing a good job of that. So I don't want to take anything away. But we would joke. We're like, yeah, it's a great costume party,
Yeah.
right? Right.
Basically.
So we're like, okay, well, where can we actually, where can we actually do this and make it a little bit more legitimized, right? Is there going to be an ability to draw people from the city and have people drive, 2 hours, right? Is that even possible? Yes, we'll see. So we started small at Horseshoe, and it was
Horseshoe Tavern here in Toronto.
No, Horseshoe Valley.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So just north of Barrie.
Okay.
We approached them, and it was like, I think it was a family day. It's in the February, like 3 years ago, and then they said yes, and it was a flop. It was a total flop, right? Fair enough.
Yeah.
A few people came up, like close friends were there, right? Not a great turnout, but we had a blast doing it. We were playing fun music. We enjoyed the evening, and then we're just like, okay, how can we make this better? How can we do it better? Okay, well, maybe a change of venue is necessary. So then we approached Blue Mountain the following year, and again, it's not like an event that's going to pop up every weekend, right? Not even once a month. We wanted to make it special, and we wanted to be able to draw people that way, right? Make it exclusive. Yeah, it's selective, right? You're going to be able to draw more people if there's only a few, rather than, maybe once a month or what have you. So we approached Blue Mountain, went through their process, very vigorous, a lot of work involved, PowerPoint presentations, full proposal. Yeah, like a big, they're very protective of their brand, as they should be.
Yeah.
So we really had to sell them on the fact that we're coming here with good intentions. The brand will be supported. There will be a level of interest. It's going to be a safe, inclusive environment. And then we put all that information together, provided that to them, and then worked very closely with their team to create something. So we split the party between the top of the mountain and then a venue in the village as well. So it was one day on top of the hill. That's fine. And then the next day was down in the village. Both wildly successful. Okay, we're on to something. How can we make it bigger, right? So, we worked again throughout the year, came back last year. So like this February and March, we didn't make it on top of the mountain due to some scheduling conflicts, but we found another venue in the village. Again, two dates separate. So February and March from 1 month apart, both incredibly successful. We had some great support from local artists like DC and Quim. Yeah, shout out to those guys. They've become really close. They're my boys. Love them to death. So supportive. Such great guys. So talented. Sangara as well. A bunch of other close friends all jumped on the lineup. So appreciative. Because you could really just see all the different worlds meet. Yeah. And people come together. And sure enough, people were willing to come and leave the city. Yeah. Even if just for the day. Yeah. The hotels there as well made it much easier for many people. So it was this year, I think, that, we saw that growth from like nobody, just a couple friends on a patio freezing to death, to, some success and then more success. I mean, generally that's how it goes. Yeah. So now, there's the interest, there's proficiency, and now there's like, okay, we've seen the result. The proof is in the pudding. Now it's time to get to work. So we're actually just in conversations this week now about securing our locations and permits. And it'll probably be once or twice a year. But the goal is to have this festival look like Picnic or with the Winterfest in Montreal. Or even Bell. Let's say that's like the goal, right? It doesn't happen every weekend. It happens for one weekend a year, but it's our version of a winter festival in Ontario. Yeah. And that is the overarching goal. So we're going to put a lot of work into it. We're learning as we go. We're having a lot of fun in the process. There's frustration too, right? There's been some tears. Yeah. There's been some difficult conversations. But that's the beauty of this. And that's, I think, where a lot of people stop. And we're really excited to grow this into something special. International artists, wait.
You don't have to spill the tea now. Oh, sure. Yeah. Let's stop and cooking. Like, yeah.
So I wish there was 28 hours in the day, but
I feel you. What have you learned about people from building Afterglow?
about people from building Afterglow. What did I learn about people from building an electronic music event? I think, although it might seem like people have their best interests in mind, I think people also have an ability to look at things from another perspective and see things that you don't necessarily see as well. So rather than looking at things as being selfish or self-motivated, being able to pause and take a step back and look at, okay, well, what if this person is being genuine or looking at it from a different way, or maybe there's something that I'm not seeing. I think it's taught me to analyze situations in a different way, to pause and try to seek understanding, and also just to be patient. I think it's taught me that if you're all in it for the right reasons, then everyone should be able to adapt. And I think the value of giving and taking is incredibly important as well. If I saw two.
No, I think I understand that. I think for me, I think I do have, because, you've been burned in the past so many times kind of thing. Like, you do have that sense of is this person really trying out to get from me, or is this person like out for your best interests? So I do value what you said about taking a step back and looking above yourself and your own thoughts, because we're not God, we don't understand everything, but just taking it from their perspective and seeing where you can meet. Is that,
Yeah.
am I?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, meeting in the middle in some cases.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's in this sense, it's a positive thing.
It's a positive.
Yeah.
Positive. Yeah, there's definitely some difficulties at times, as there would be, like building any business, starting something from scratch. Right. This is why people stop, because it gets uncomfortable. Right. Personalities might not gel. Right. Yeah, everyone's buddy. When times are good, who are you, or who can you become when times are bad? Right. Like any relationship, romantically or otherwise.
Yeah.
Right. It's all easy when it's easy. Right. So I think it tells you a lot more about people. And then once you also overcome some of these difficulties, some of these relationship building tribulations, if you will, it better sets you up in the future for if something does pop up again. Yeah, you're able to just work through it that much easier.
Yeah.
Right. And then at the end of the day, your friends, your partners, whoever, become that much stronger.
Yeah.
Remember the time, Brian? Right?
Yeah. It's like you're digging deeper into like your who you are in relationships, whether it's business or not. But yeah, when you overcome certain things, you get stronger.
And also just teaches you how to get over things. Like things seem like a massive concern in the moment.
Yeah.
Very often, no one else is even going to know about them.
Yeah.
No one else is even going to notice. And then you just remind yourself that you're a skeleton and a meat suit being commanded by a ghost on a piece of sand flying through the ultimate universe, right?
That's gonna take some time for me to decide. I'm gonna replay that back.
At the end of the day, it's a small problem. It's a small problem, right? I see when you compare it to what other people are suffering or going through in the world.
Yeah.
Right. It's very insignificant in the grand scheme of things. So learn from it.
Right on. How do you think? How did you create a community instead of just another party? That's a great question. Because there's so many parties. It's just so many that.
There's a lot of parties. Yeah, we don't. I think step one is you don't call it a party, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the people that we've invited, some of them weren't even in the electronic music scene. Genuine friends, people that we've built relationships with over years.
Yeah.
As family as well, right? But also, like I said earlier, having exposure to all these different pockets within Toronto, not just focusing on techno or tech house or Afro or Latin, right? Like I'd say for both my partner Alex and I, and of course Lacey's in the picture as well. It's his wife. Like from a DJ point of view, Alex and I, we both very much come from an open format background. That was my foundation. So not being married to one sound necessarily has allowed us to invite people and play a number of genres, with the expectation that people are just going to genuinely have a good time listening to a variety of music. And I think that's one of the things that will separate Afterglow. Whereas now in the industry, you know, it seems like there's one overarching sound for the event, and they're going to stack a number of DJs with that sound.
Yeah.
But we have to think back to even when I used to go out to the clubs downtown. It was one DJ not long ago.
Yeah.
It was one DJ playing for 5 hours.
Yeah.
With a variety of music, and people weren't thinking about the DJ. They were thinking about having a good time, enjoying the moment. They weren't filming. They were just there for the experience, and they left with a feeling.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a huge part of what Afterglow does, is it's bringing some of that back. Not to say we won't have, you know, a general, you know, there's certain things that you're not going to hear at Afterglow.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as the electronic music realm, we try to have a diverse lineup. We try to cover all the bases, and we try to leave people with that feeling, that afterglow, whether they're leaving, with that sensation of just having a good quality time amongst good people. And that is the community that we're building.
And you built it. That's amazing. Congratulations to that. And there's like when we figure things to come.
So yeah, bigger things for both of us.
I'm gonna check the camera. Yeah.
Music industry too. Sorry, as we're talking about it. That's hilarious.
I mean, you feel like you've answered somebody's like finished bit. If Afterglow becomes everything you envision, what does it look like in 10 years? You kind of described.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you do it in a short amount of time, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. What is that for you? Want to?
Yeah, just say it. What do you see as genuine?
Yeah. So the idea behind Afterglow is to create an all-encompassing après-ski style winter music event in Ontario. One that we can honor and be proud of, and that brings multiple music communities together. So in 10 years, we would like to be the Veld of winter music festivals.
Amazing.
That's the plan.
That's a good vision to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot for the stars and land on the moon, right?
Okay. What impact do you want people to remember? This is not just Afterglow, but just like general.
What impacts? Like as far as my music?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to involve me getting to a stage in my career, my music career, where I will be able to share my music with more people on an international platform. But I also want people to be able to see the journey and also see the story in that music. I want to be able to have people listen to my songs or see my performances and then get to know Shayne for, you know, who he is, who I am, and be able to walk away from it all with a lesson. That's my mature. Right?
Sharing your story. When people hear the name Shayne 20 years from now, what do you hope they say?
People hear my name, I want them to think of a kind, genuine person that had others in mind and is trying to do the right things for the right reasons in this industry, have a positive, lasting effect. And I want them to see someone who is passionate about life, about people, about this journey, and just bringing people together.
Yeah, you're definitely living that right now, for sure. Yeah, I know we're just recently connecting, but I never feel that genuine authenticity with you. You have a lot to share and get to the world.
Well, yeah, but you as well.
Love this conversation.
It's been a pleasure. This kind of like just all here, bro.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, you're a special guy for doing this. Honestly, like, thanks for taking time out of your day, like we were talking about earlier. Right? Time and energy, it's everything. It's valuable. Who you give it to, who you share it with. So you just even having this idea action speaks so much louder than words, as we all know. And this is a pretty bold action. So good for you.
Thank you. Respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Till next time. Ciao, brother. Thank you. Thank you for the gift, brother. Let me shout you out. Let me shout you out. Bam, bam. The man can. Dessert. Hold on.
Just because I'm
You be doing
enough.